Hey guys, happy birthday to me. Guess how old I am? Guess how old I've turned? 50, guys, yes. It's my 50th birthday today. We say hurrah, hurrah in Danish, and in Denmark we are allowed to flag. So Jan has been flagging all in the house and outside. And my neighbor's daughter has same birthday like me, and they have like the big flag. I'll show you later. But yeah, hurrah, hurrah. We say in Danish, hurrah, hurrah, hurrah. Happy birthday to me, guys. Yes, I can't believe I turned 50, guys. And everybody has been asking me, are you ready for your 50th birthday? Are you ready? I was like, no, it was overwhelming. It was stressing me out. And it's not because I am afraid of turning 50, but I think this whole menopause, it just have taken all the joy. It has taken all the, the excitement you normally have. When I turned 40 and 45, I was excited. Normally, I would have been out buying clothes, a dress or shoes and all that. No, I'm just going to we are going out to eat. Me and my husband and the boys, and then on the 31st of May we are having the big party here at home. Yeah. Imagine, want to be excited, but the menopause, I can only think like it's the menopause making me feel like this, like they say it takes away all the excitement of the things you used to love doing. So, but I just thought, guys, like me turning 50, I thought I could do some of the lessons I've learned throughout the years, and there's so many things I could talk about, but I just thought I would make a video for you guys, and I'll let you know that I turned 50 today. Remember to send the gifts to me, guys. Yes, and lesson number 1, I'm going to be looking here so I can remember everything. Gray hair is in the end, and I think it's a beginning of it's the beginning like of a big move. It's a beginning like being bold, I might say. Yeah, I think it's very bold of me. It's very being bold. Women who do this, I think they're very bold. I think they're very courageous, because not everybody wants to have gray hair. Not everybody thinks gray hair is beautiful, and I think not everybody thinks gray hair looks beautiful on them. And I think this means for me accepting the changes that are coming with age. So what I've learned to accept changes that are coming with age, and I'm not saying like we should accept these changes like menopause that are make you feel like you're going crazy or putting on weight and you're feeling like depression. No, those we should not accept. Those we should definitely try to change. We should definitely try to go get help. But my gray hair, I'm accepting the way it is, and the wrinkles start coming, I will accept them. I will never do Botox, not because I think I'm against Botox, but the pain, I'm a nurse and I hate needles. Seeing those needles, no, I'll never do Botox. So, and another lesson I've learned throughout the years, I think everything comes down to loving ourselves. I think when I was young, I don't think I was loving myself, and I was making mistakes. And when I look back on some of the mistakes I've made, the bad choices I've made, they all came down to me not loving myself. But I think as you grow older, you get more confidence, and I do love myself, and loving yourself makes it possible for you to say no. Loving yourself makes it possible for you to go away from situations that are good for you, go away from relationships that don't suit you. It makes it easier for you to say no, and I think it means like you're strong. You become, when you love yourself, I think you're strong. Let me know, guys, if I'm wrong. I feel like when you love yourself, you're strong. In situations you are in, when you love yourself, you're able to say, okay, I might love this person, but he doesn't love me either. I want to be loved, I'm leaving. This friend is not treating me like the way I want to be treated. I'm going out of this situation. I don't like this situation I'm in, the job or whatever. I'm leaving this situation. If you don't love yourself, then you are not able to look into yourself. You're not able to look at yourself and think like, this is not good for me. Because I think when you don't love yourself, you're so focused on the other person, to make the other person happy. You're so focused on making everything all right, and in that way you kind of forget yourself. So lesson I've learned, like, I think when you love yourself, it's easier to make good decisions. And I think I would encourage my younger followers, to start loving yourself. I don't think it's easy. I think it's something also sometimes either you're born with it or it's something that can come slowly as you age. Yes, and something else I've learned is like my happiness is not somebody else's responsibility. My happiness is my responsibility. I am not like, I think also when I was young, I think I could be that kind of person who thought like, oh, this will make me happy, or material things will make me happy. No, material things are not going to make you happy. Making so much money is not going to make you happy. Having all these degrees is not going to make you happy. But the most important thing, don't leave your happiness to somebody else. Don't let somebody else have the responsibility of your happiness. Your happiness is your responsibility, you know. So for me, I'm a happy person. I feel like I have to be happy, and then if somebody comes in my life, they're going to add on that happiness. You know what I mean? I think my happiness cup is full, and if somebody comes and adds on, it's just going to flow over. But somebody's not going to come and my happiness cup is empty. No, my happiness cup is full. What I mean, like for example, if my husband goes away, I am not sitting here thinking, oh my God, when is he coming home? Look, of course I miss him, but I'm not like wondering when is he coming home. I'm not sitting on, no. I make myself happy. I do things to make myself happy. I have hobbies. I do everything to make sure like I'm happy with who I am. I'm happy with myself, and it makes our relationship easier, you know. Because if I'm depending on him, I would not like for him to depend on me. I don't know how he feels, but I would not like somebody else to depend on me, because if somebody else put this thing, like the happiness is on me, I feel like that's a big burden for me, you know. I feel like that's a big responsibility for me to bear around. So what I've learned, my happiness is my own responsibility. Another thing I've learned, like not everybody who smiles at you, not everybody who you think is your friend actually. I think a lot of people are sleeping with their enemies, because sometimes I think like as I've grown, I'm thinking like when you have somebody like a spouse, a husband or man, or it may be a woman who is treating you nice, who is not kind, who is abusing you, or who is not being nice to you, you know, is not kind to you, is mean to you, I think for me this person hates me. Because I think like if let's say I'm in school and this person who is doing these things, a stranger or a child I go to school with, they're hating me, they're being mean to me, I would think they hate me, you know. But then if you have your spouse or your husband doing this, but you still say like, oh, we are married, this person loves me, it's like you're sleeping with an enemy. And yes, again, I think some friends, they might be smiling at you, they might be, you think they're happy for you, and then I think as we age, I think I realized like, wow, this person wasn't actually happy for me. You know, this person, I thought they were friends, they were not actually happy for me, you know, like, yeah. So I realized like what I've learned, like not everybody who is smiling at you has good intentions, and not everybody in your life might have good intentions for you. So you have to be awake, you have to observe people's behavior, because people will show you who they are. You have to listen. Another thing I've learned is self-care is not just about products. It's not about what mask you use, what body creams you use. It's not about this whole, the outer part. Self-care is also, I think, important. Another important part of self-care is the mental part of it. You know, taking care of yourself mentally. For me, self-care now isn't just because I think when I was young, I would do that, like, oh, I'm going to turn on the lights. I can still do that, turn on the lights and do my mask and all that. I can still do that. But for me, I think self-care is being able to say no, you know, being selfish is not a bad thing. Being selfish and taking care of yourself first, putting yourself first is not a bad thing. Putting yourself first is a self-care, you know, because like I said before in some of my videos, how can you take care of other people if you're miserable? How can you take care of other people if you're sad? How can you love another person if you don't love yourself? So self-care for me means being able to say no, means also being able to go against the stream, you know. Self-care means like not doing what everybody else is doing, you know, like I mean, some people are coloring their hair. I guess I'm not coloring my hair. That's self-care for me. I got tired of coloring my hair. Self-care for me meant I'm leaving this hair alone. And self-care meaning leaving bad situations, means leaving friends who who are not kind to you, those friends you thought you were friends, and then you found out it was a one-way street, and it's all about them. Self-care means I'm leaving you. Self-care means I'm in a relationship, it's not work, I'm leaving it. Self-care means I'm in a job, they're not treating me nice and all that, I'm finding a new job. You remember, guys, like I said in one of my videos, you are not a tree. If you're not happy, move. All right. And and I think another thing I was going to say is self-care also means like when you fall, get up on the horse and keep on riding. Don't fall down and then stay there like being what is called a victim. If you fall down, get up, jump on the horse, keep riding, because nobody's going to wait for you, nobody's going to come and save you. So self-care means you fall down, you get up and keep on riding. And I think I've learned, one of the biggest things I've learned is not giving a F. I don't want to say that, I'm not the swearing kind of person, but I don't know how to say it. I don't care about what people think. I don't, I do my thing. I am not like, I know some of you, my followers say things like, oh, I cannot do that because I don't know what people are going to think. Oh, I'm not being able to do this because I wasn't able to be in an age gap relationship. I'm not able to be in a relationship like a person is white and I'm dark and I don't know what people are going to think. Guys, live your life. It's your life, I mean, who are these people? Is your family? Like, are you going to be married to your family? I don't know. Sometimes you have to go against your family. If it's going to be your happiness, it's not your family who's going to be marrying this person. If the person is being kind to you, is being nice to you, and they're also being kind to your family, and your family just don't want you to be with this person because of their color and this and that, then you have to make the decision, You go live your life. It's your life, And I think it's such a big waste of time and life, worrying about, especially if strangers, if it's your family, I get. But if it's strangers, like, oh, I don't want to be, if I was worried about what people think, I would not be in a relationship with Jan, I would have missed out on a man who loves me so much. I would miss out on a man who is so kind. I would miss out on a man who makes me laugh. I would miss out the man who loves my kids like they were his own. He loves Lily like Lily was his own fresh flesh and blood, I would have missed out on all that just because I would have been worried about what people think. Because first of all, we're in an age gap relationship that whoosh screams judging. We are in an interracial relationship that screams, judging, So no, do what you want, because it's your life. You're going to be laying on your deathbed when you're old and think like, oh my goodness, I missed out on this guy. Where did this guy go? Because you let people's opinion affect your decisions. You let people's opinion come in the way of your being happy. So go live your life, guys. And I was like that. I also used to care about people's opinion, but the older I've got, the more I have decided, no, I am doing what I like. And because I'm this age, people are going to say, oh, because you turned 50, you should not be wearing clothes like this. Why do you wear clothes that are showing your skin because you're 50? Why are you wearing short skirts, for example? Or why are you doing this because you are that age? Why go? I would like to go dancing. If I had a club closed, I would definitely go dancing. But I think some people will be like, you're 50, you should be home and knitting and doing all that. Not here, guys, not here. Yeah, and another thing I think I have learned, or I think people should know, young people also, money is better in your bank, guys. I know Carrie from the city said she likes her money where she can see it, and that was in her wardrobe. Maybe in the 20s and 30s that will go, but I think when you start getting in your 40s, I think your money is good in the bank, guys. So take care of your money, and because you see a lot of people turning 50 and 60, and then they're like they're starting afresh and they have no money and this, and they have been working, and you see all these ladies doing these fashion hauls. I don't think a lot of them keep all these clothes, because where would they keep all these clothes? It's a lot of clothes they do buy. Even me, when I used to do these hauls, sometimes I would keep one thing or two and the rest I would return it. So have your money in your bank, guys. Be responsible with your money. So, and I think I've learned. I think I've known that, but I think I'm going to say it for my followers, my younger followers, I think for me it's important as a woman to have your own money. And yeah, I think I have been in situations where I've been able to live, and I think in those situations I thought if I didn't have my own money, if I didn't have my own job and could take care of myself, I would probably be still miserable in those situations, So I've been in situations where I thought, this is not working for me. I'm finding an apartment, I am moving, I'm getting a car, and doing this, I'm going. And that was possible because I had my own money. I know some of you guys, you stay at home moms and all this and this is working for you guys, fine. But I'm telling, there's a lady out there maybe who thinks the same. Please have your own money. When you have your own money, it's going to make situations easier for you when you get in some situations, If you want to leave a situation, you see a lot of women like on social media, oh, I couldn't leave because I did not have a job, and all the things were in his name, and this and that, and they stayed in bad relationship because they didn't have their own money. So have your own money, guys. Have your own money if you can, of course. Yeah. And another thing, I don't know. For me, I think it's not something I've learned, but it's a good lesson I can pass to you, especially my younger followers, both men and women. It's never too late to start. It's never too late to start, guys. Oh my God, I've seen on these social medias women who say they started lifting at 50, and you see they're in really good shape. That gives me hope, because I have been somebody who works out, I have been, I've always taken care of myself. But this whole new thing, like when they saying that in our age now, in menopause, we need to lift heavy. Yes, I'm going to lift heavy. I'm lifting heavy. Can you see, guys? I've started lifting heavy. But I've seen these women who are like 50, and they said like they started lifting, they started working out, and they're really in good shape. It's never too late, guys. And if you're new here, I got married. Was it last year we got married? Yes, I got married almost turning 50, and my husband was over 60. I became a nurse almost at 50, and now I became a grandmother. And I have repaired some relationship that I did not know was possible to repair, and that has been repaired, and that's a beautiful thing. So it's never too late, guys. Don't think like I'm 50, I'm 60, I can't find somebody. I took care of a man who was 90, and he had a girlfriend who was 78 or something. They were so happy. My God, they had this puppy love. It was so beautiful to see. It's never too late, guys. Go do your thing. Don't listen to the nayers. Go do your thing. Start now, okay? If you want to start a YouTube, it's not too late. Go start your YouTube, guys. It's not too late. So I'm learning things, I'm learning to knit, I'm learning to paint. It's good also for my mental health. It's always good to keep learning things. It's good exercise for your brain, learning new things. So don't just sit there and not have any hobbies, guys. There's some people who don't have hobbies. Go learn something. There is YouTube. On YouTube you can learn anything. There's nothing you cannot learn on YouTube. So go find some hobbies, okay? So I hope I'm not pointing fingers, guys. That's not my intention. I'm trying to motivate you. Another thing is be kind, but don't be a doormat. Yes, I think I've learned that I'm a kind person. I'm a nurse. We should be kind, I guess. I'm a kind person, and I go far and beyond. When I'm in situation, I always try to give to give people a chance, But I cannot be a doormat. No. And I think you have to be kind, but don't be a doormat. Be kind. And then at some point you have to say, no, this is not working. I'm not going to be a doormat. I'm not saying we should be rude. You can still be nice and be kind, but don't be a doormat. Don't let people walk all over you. Okay, stop being nice. Stop being nice. Being a nice girl is not going to get you anywhere. And I'm not saying like go be rude, but be kind. But don't be a doormat, and don't let people walk all over you. And I think being kind and not letting people walk over you means you set boundaries. You're going to be kind, but also set boundaries. And I think as soon as you start seeing somebody want to walk all over you, you start setting boundaries. And those person, if they just want somebody to walk all over, to be a doormat, they'll go find their doormat somewhere else. You cannot be their doormat. something else I wanted to say. Stop being nice, especially when it comes to your health. This being in menopause has taught me to not be nice when I go to doctors. And on social media, I see people saying the same thing. Like people, they go to doctors and the doctors say, oh, this and that, and then you're trying to be nice, and you have trying. I don't know. They call it the white collar. What do they call it? Like respect of the health personnel, healthcare people, because you think they know better. No, sometimes we know better, especially when it comes to menopause. Like I said in my other video, I trust the social media doctors very much. So if you go to your doctor, insist, go get your checkups, guys. Insist on getting your checkups. In Denmark here, you have a right to go and be checked, a whole checkup once a year. Go prepared and make noise. If the doctor is not listening to you, make noise. If they don't want to help you, tell them you need a second opinion. Get another doctor. When it comes to your health, don't be nice. This is something I have learned, along the way, because I think when I was 20, 30, I was like, okay, because I remember when they took out my uterus, I don't feel like I got any information, but at that time I did not know it can affect me or anything. So get your information, Google it, because some of the doctors, they're just Googling everything. Go Google it, make your symptoms, say, I think this and this. If they don't listen, say, I want another opinion. Don't be nice when it comes to your health. And I think also educate yourself, Don't expect like putting your health in other people's hands, like in the doctors and anybody else. Go do your own research. If you think something is wrong, do your own research before you go to the doctor. You have to educate yourself. If you don't educate yourself, you're going to be lost, because some of what I hear in even other countries, even here in Denmark, the doctors these days, yeah. And I also think like our family doctors, they cannot know everything, because I think like that's why we have specialists, So you go to them, and if they tell you, oh, I don't know, tell them. Then you have to make what is it called? In Denmark we call it henvendelse. I think it's like they have to refer you to another specialist. If you're telling them, for example, if you go in and you think you have menopause, and they're like, tell them. Send me to a gynecologist, because that's why we have cardiologists, nephrologists, people who are expert in some areas. Our family doctors are not expert in these areas, so don't take no for an answer. Ask them to send you to a specialist. So what I've learned is I have to take the power back when it comes to my health. Another thing I've learned is forgiveness is a gift to yourself, not for the other person who hurt you. Because I think I know I forgive, because I think Dr. Phil said if you don't forgive somebody, you are like dancing tango with them for the rest of your life. And I think there's many people who have difficulty forgiving, because I think people think if I forgive him, then he can sleep well. If I forgive him, then he can go be happy. But you know what? Sometimes even if you don't forgive this person, they have already moved on. They have moved on with their life. They're happy. They got a new relationship. They bought a new house. They moved into another country. They're happy. They forgot about you. They probably forgot about you 2 weeks after they hurt you. And you're here hanging on to this, even dragging it into your new relationships. You have to learn to forgive and forget. Forgiving is not for the other person who hurt you. Forgiving is for your mental health. Forgiving is for yourself. And another thing I think I've learned is marrying your peace, not your partner. Yes, and I think if you've been here, you know that I have said it many, many times. When I was looking for a new partner, it was going to be somebody who gave me peace. If somebody did not give me peace, I would rather live for the rest of my life alone. I wanted somebody who gave me peace. So you have to find that peace. If peace is important to you, you have to marry peace. You have to look for somebody who's going to give you that peace, And you create the peace too. You cannot say I need somebody who gives me peace and then you come with the chaos, You have to come with peace and then you find somebody with peace. So for me, it was a no-brainer. Peace was number one priority. Because I think when you have peace in your relationship, I think everything else, goes easily. You're able to communicate, If there's peace in your relationship, you're able to talk together. You're able to forgive each other. You're able to go through hard times together, because you have this peace, And that was important for me. So for me, marry peace, not a spouse. Just don't go marry. Of course, if peace is important for you. Yes. And I think I've learned also friendship should feel light, not draining. Yes, I have realized some of throughout my years, I've been able to forgive some bad behaviors, with my friends. I've been able to forgive and take these people back. It's not like I forgive them and then I let them go. No, I forgive them and then they come back and then I take them back. But as the years have gone by, I just realized like, no, some of these friendship, they're just causing chaos in my life. They are just some of these friendship, they're just draining my energy, and I think I was around 40 something, I think, when I met Ian, and I started around there, I started like saying, no thank you and I, who have been together for almost 10 years and your behavior has not changed a bit, goodbye. And I started doing that. So don't be in friendships that are draining your energy, guys. Go have one friend who is not draining your energy, instead of having so many friends, because you need all these people in your lives. So some friendships are going to drain your energy. Because I prioritize my peace a lot, so I need friends who are going to give me peace and not come create chaos in my life. Yes. And another thing I have learned, to let people talk. You see, there's this let them theory. Let people talk, because you know what? You cannot stop people talking about you. You cannot control what people are thinking about you. There's nothing you can do. People are going to talk. If you're small, people will talk. If you're big, people will talk. If you're fat, people will talk. If you're these, people will talk. People are going to talk. Just let them talk, especially if they're strangers. You're never going to see them again. I think it's the worst part if it's your friend who is talking about you. And I also think, like, something I've learned, if somebody comes and talks about their friend with you, better believe they're doing the same thing. They're going to go back to that friend and they're going to be talking about you. So for me, when I see somebody talking about their friend, their best friend, they're talking about them with me, I'm like, you're not a good friend. You're going to be doing exactly the same thing to me. Another thing I've learned, your intuition isn't lying, guys. I've been in situations where I've had my intuitions tell me something is wrong and I've ignored that. I have learned to follow my intuitions, and I better be safe than sorry. So if something tells me this is not right, I leave it. I don't stay to find out if I was right or wrong. I just leave it, and your intuition is always right. Oh my goodness, guys. I still have so much and we have to go for dinner. I hope I can be able to finish. Yes, please speak kindly. I think I've learned also to speak kindly to myself, because I feel like sometimes when I'm saying, this and that, I feel like things happen, If I'm saying things that are bad about myself, I'm being negative, I always feel like this negativity is following me around. So I'm trying to be positive. I'm trying to speak kindly to myself, I know I say this thing about menopause doing unkind to me, but I'm working on it. I'm not like letting it take all over me. So speak kind to yourself. Don't, some people, they speak really, really bad about themselves. I have never had a good relationship. I'll never have a good relationship. I'll never find somebody kind. I'll never find a good job, this and that. Speak kind to yourself. Everything that goes out of your mouth will become true. If you keep on talking like this to yourself, these things will come true. So I remember, every time I try to not be kind to myself, speak not kindly to myself, I always remind myself, be careful, these things you're saying might happen. Yes. And therapy is not only for people who are mentally ill. Therapy is good. So guys, therapy is really, really good. I am that kind of person who normally solve my own problems, but there have been situations where I felt like, I think I need to talk to somebody. I need to talk to an expert, so I don't have to talk to my spouse or my kids or my friends. I need to talk to somebody from the outside. So therapy, I have learned, is good. Yes, setting boundaries and saying no, I guess that's something I've also learned the hard way, but I have learned to say no. And I think that came when I stopped drinking alcohol. It was so hard, and I feel like when we're setting boundaries, we shouldn't have to explain ourselves. If I say no, I've said no. If I say no, for example, I don't drink alcohol. I drink a glass of wine once in a while, but if I say today I don't want to drink alcohol, I don't want to explain myself. I don't want to drink alcohol. I don't want to drink alcohol. If I say no to somebody that don't touch me, or I don't want to go home with you, don't ask me why, because I just don't want to. I don't have to set boundaries and then I have to explain it. I'm trying to set boundaries for myself. I don't have to explain to you why I'm setting these boundaries. So set boundaries and don't feel like you have to explain yourself to society. And I think what I learned, your vibes attract your tribe, yes. And I feel that, guys, on my channel. My daughter said, "Oh, mom, you have really, really people who have really good comments. The people on your channel, they're so kind." And I said, "Yes, Claudia, I give out these good vibes. Of course, there's some haters, but those, we don't let them come bother us. So give out these good vibes. Smile to somebody on the street. Say hello if somebody doesn't say hello. And yeah, your vibes are going to attract good vibes. If you have negative vibes, you definitely are going to attract negative vibes. If I'm a positive person, do you think if I meet somebody who is negative, I'm going to be friends with them? You think I want to hang out with them? No. But if I find somebody vibing like me, happy like me, we are going to be vibing. My goodness, yeah. And that's how I feel like, even at work, when I see those people who are like vibing, they're smiling, they give me that good vibing, I really get attracted to those kind of people. So yeah, give out good vibes, guys. You attract good people. I think another thing I'm learning, like, be present. The moment is all you have, Guys, I think I see some of you saying, "Oh, I think I'm going to wait, or I'm going to wait this and this." Guys, tomorrow is not promised, okay? I see people saying, "I'll wait until when I meet somebody, then I'll do this, or I'll go travel if I find somebody, or I can't wait to meet somebody." You see people, "I can't wait to meet my husband, then we can do this. I can't wait to do this, and then we do that." Guys, you're waiting, you might wait forever, and your waiting might not be there, because tomorrow is not promised. So live in the now. If you want to do things, go travel before you meet somebody. Take yourself out for good lunch alone, go be you, and when somebody comes, they'll find your cup is full, and then they will just add on. Don't go around having an empty cup and expecting somebody else to come and fill it. Live for now, don't wait for tomorrow. Don't be setting everything on pause, go live your life. Tomorrow is not promised, all right? We don't know. I'm a nurse. I know how that works, okay? And I think this is not a lesson, but I wanted to say, dance like no one is watching. I do that a lot, and I always catch Jan filming me. Like sometimes when I just jump I just start dancing. I'm always falling around. Don't be too serious. Relax. There's time for being serious, but there's also time to be loose and enjoy life. Just dance, just dance like nobody's watching. I do that. I have so many videos when Jan captures me dancing, and I don't know, like he's he's doing that. He always start filming me with that. I dance, I smile, laugh. Laugh is good for you, all right? So, and lastly, I have learned to be myself and not to compare myself to others. Yes, I think when we are younger, probably we do compare a lot of ourselves. But I think, for example, my daughter, she's only 24, and she's that kind of girl. She doesn't compare herself to others. She does her thing. She doesn't. She's not following the flow. That is really, really something. Even I think she inspires me. She doesn't go with the flow. She does her thing. She's not going, like in one of our videos we have made, which is coming soon. She says how she don't feel like she needs all these degrees and stuff like that. She don't need fancy houses, fancy cars. She just follows what is right for her, what is going to make her happy. So me, I'm always myself, and as you guys know, like I never try to not be myself here, even on YouTube. I know people have said to me like, "Oh, your English is not good, like you should English." I'm not English, I'm an African, I have my own language. People try to correct me my language. People have tried to correct me the way I dress, the way I want. I'm myself. There's only one Millie, and that's me. So I'm just going to be myself. Be yourself. And comparing yourself is going to kill your joy, and comparing yourself, you don't know, like if you're comparing yourself, you don't know where this person started, you don't know with whom they started with. If you see somebody they're living this kind of life, you don't know where they started from. You don't know if maybe you think, wow, they have a house, they have this. You don't know if they inherited some money from somebody, You don't know if they were married to somebody rich. You know nothing about these people, and you're here comparing yourself. Oh my goodness, I wish I have that life, especially on social media. People comparing themselves with people on social media. Oh my goodness, you have this husband is doing all this for this girl. Oh, if my husband doesn't do that, I don't want them. But maybe this is just for the algorithm. Maybe this is just for the views. You don't even know how many times have we seen people like having this kind of lives, then to find out that they broke up and they went from each other, and the whole thing was fake. So live the life you have. I don't compare myself to others. Yes, sometimes it's natural. I find myself comparing myself to others. I think it's mostly like here on YouTube, I'm like, wow, this person is doing the same thing like me and I'm not getting views and stuff like that. But I always snap myself out of it, merely stop being silly. You're doing a good job and this person has other people viewing her videos, So I think that's why sometimes I find myself comparing myself, but normally I snap myself out of it, I can't compare myself, for example, say, oh my goodness, this lady is 50, she's so fit, she has this nice body. Because maybe it's in her genetics. I don't know, she has been maybe working out and she has better discipline than me. I don't know. So, yeah. So I don't compare myself to other people. And guys, this was it. I could go on and on about lessons I've learned. I have many, many more lessons. If you are 50, maybe you have turned also 50 this year. If you turned 50 last year, or if you're 60, no matter, you can leave some of the lessons you have learned. And a video is coming of my daughter and I doing a Q&A, and I look forward to showing you that. I'm going out to have dinner with the boys and my husband, and on the 31st of May, we're going to have a big party here at home. But menopause, my daughter told me, Mama, put on some makeup and you feel good, and I already feel good. So happy birthday to me, and see you guys in another video. Bye.